We're off and running. Competed a couple of weeks ago at the I don't even know what they call it, but it was in Washington. Dempsey Preview, Washington Preview, whatever that meet was there in Washington, and saw some things that I think we can work on. And I just came from a radio thing, and so the things there that I was talking about on the radio is that we're a young group of individuals. So we took 20 plus newcomers there to their first indoor meets, and then that same amount of kids wearing the O for the first time on their chest competing. And I saw some good things, saw some things that, like I said, I think we can work on. And so hopefully this week, which I'm sure what you guys want to talk about, is we're heading to Arkansas. So opportunity for us to work on and see if we fix some of the issues and some of the things there that we saw at our Rust Buster meet there in Washington. So excited about that. We went to this meet for the first time last year and got lots of good results and lots of good things out of it. And so the mantra will be the same. Hopefully to get some good stuff there out of this meet.
Specifically, what stood out for you 2 weeks ago?
Our newcomers competing. You know, you get that deer in the headlights look. First time you walk in a place and you've never run on the indoor track, and then you're walking around looking with that look. And so to see them be able to calm their fears and their nerves and still go out there and somewhat do the things that we've been working on in practice, I thought was the most impressive thing that I came away from that meet in. But I'm sure that's not what you want. You probably want performances, and so Brianna Duncan did a fantastic job. Gaston Bouchereau did a great job. You know, those milers there running the 1,000. I love the way they compete there, because ultimately, no matter how fast you run, looking for the competitive piece of it. And so there's some things there that I like out of that group. Austin Thorpe there in the weight through. So those are the things that numbers-wise, marks-wise, that I thought was also impressive with the group.
Yeah, your sprinters, had a nice weekend. How important is it to the bigger picture for this team and what you guys want to accomplish to have a sprint contingent that's strong and competitive?
I don't think it's any different than we've done in the past. We're a balanced team. I think as long as you guys have put this thing in front of my face, I've always said that. That's something that I think we bought into and developed since we've been here. And so no one group is more so than the others. I think we're balanced across the board. Now, whether that shows through at the box score or not, but we've always preached being a balanced team, and that'll be no different this year.
As far as some of the results went up there, I think it was something like 8 runner-ups that you guys had. I mean, obviously you want those to be wins, but it's still encouraging to see that many new faces that end up toward the top there.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because we're looking at the wins of it, and I want to say we won 5 events, and then of course you mentioned the 8 runner-ups. Always good to get a win. One of the things that we celebrate there in our team meetings and things are wins and PRs. Everybody has a chance to improve on their self, which is one of the things that makes track unique. And one of the things that I get excited about is just the self-improvement and watching the kids grow. But that wins thing is important as well. No matter how fast you run, did you beat all the other people in the race? And that says something about you and your competitive spirit. And being competitors and highly competitive, I think, is always a plus.
Bright-eyed freshmen that are coming in wearing the O for the first time. Anybody that you kind of saw out there that seemed ready for that moment?
Not quite yet, because a lot of those kids, which is traditional for us at this meet, is to run off events. So a lot of those freshmen in the field events and a lot of those freshmen in some of the sprints and some of the longer events ran off events, hence the 1,000. A lot of those jumpers ran just the 60. So we'll get a lot better idea of who we are coming out of this weekend.
You talked a lot about self-improvement, and obviously you're focused on that right now. But how important is it this early in the season to get around other really talented athletes like you're going to face at Arkansas?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where we try to, one of the mantras is we talk about preparing them for all things, and being around other elite athletes and competitors is a part of that. So going to the Arkansas, I think there's 3, 4, 5 teams ranked there in the top 15 or 20 or so that we're going to compete against, and we're one of them. So it'll be exciting to see where we go.
You mentioned Brianna had a nice meet last week. She was the record holder in I think every sprint event at North Carolina. But what did you see in her? What was the potential that you saw in her when she came to Oregon?
Good question. I think it's just one of the things. She's a competitor. She has a skill set that I think we're still working on and refining. We may end up kicking ourselves a little bit because we probably could have redshirted her last year, but we needed her last year to do what we did, both indoor or both outdoors. And so I think she's just scratching the surface on who she's going to be. I think she's well on her way to doing some really good things this year. And if she continues to learn and grow, because you got to understand, she just got here in the spring of last year. So it's her first full fall. So I think good things to come.
Are you already seeing that?
You saw him already. You got me to see. You see. She won the 60 up there, and like I said, one of the top 10, top 11 times in the country early on. So good stuff.
Gotten any looks at Hayward yet?
Yeah, lots of Hayward Field talk. Lots of images going up. I'm sure you guys are social media advocates, and so if you go into any of those things, it's fantastic. Can't get here soon enough.
I was gonna say, you feel confident it's gonna be ready by Pac-12?
Not for me to decide. I'm gonna be ready to go at May 16th, no matter where they host the meet at.
Do you think your athletes? I mean, do you get any
Oh,
sense from that
well,
if
my
they're
gosh,
ready to-
you guys don't understand how ready we are to do that. A lot of those same kids that we have on the team came here to run at Hayward Field, and they haven't been able to do that, which is a little disappointing to a degree because we promised them something and we're not delivering on our end of those promises. And so to finally have it back up and online, yes to all of that.
Thanks.